All right, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and shalawam to the elect out there pushing the word in sincerity and in truth. All right, so this is GMS Precepts. The show I'm gonna touch on today is a show I re-uploaded. I re-uploaded a show from BuzzFeed, which is basically an alternative news that you can find on YouTube. And pretty much, I'll play some of the video, but pretty much this guy made a payment. He paid for something. He paid for food or whatever from a chip that was implanted in his hand. So pretty much the chip is here. They're slowly but surely starting to make this public, making this technology public and appealing to the masses. So they'll have so they won't have any problem taking it. All right, so I'm gonna play a few, a minute or two of this video, and then I'm gonna get right into the scriptures. All right, so without further ado,
I can't believe he just paid with his hand. Like, you just literally put your hand up and you're good to go. Like, that's crazy. Hi, my name's Charlie Warzel. I'm a senior writer with BuzzFeed News. And in order to see what the future of money looks like, I decided to live for a month just paying for things with my phone. And somewhere along the line, I ended up getting a microchip implanted inside my hand to see if I could be the first person in the world to pay for something out in the real world using just their hand. I basically wanted to try to download as many apps onto my phone as possible and make sure that I could use alternative currencies and try to skirt cash or credit cards any way possible.
Using your phone as a payment method, we call that a proximity mobile payment. And we estimate that by the end of 2016, U.S. adults will spend $27 billion using their phone at the point of sale. But you look at that in the context in card volumes, I mean, that's a pretty small drop in the bucket.
Hey there. Do you guys accept Apple Pay or any of the card reader things for your phone? Can't buy anything here, right? Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
When you're only using your phone to pay for things, you find that you're sort of pushed to two extremes. Really big chain stores or really small, niche, kind of overpriced coffee shops and places like that. A couple weeks into my experiment, I ended up going to Sweden. Sweden happens to be way far ahead of the United States when it comes to getting rid of cash. I ended up meeting with some people who are really active in the biohacking community and found that you could actually implant an R.F.I.D NFC chip in your hand.
So take a deep breath with me and exhale.
And so I figured if I could put it in my hand, maybe I'd be able to pay for something with my hand.
That was it. Breathe.
Yeah.
Keep breathing.
How's it feel?
It's like pinchy. It definitely hurt like way more than they said it was going to. It looks sort of like a grain of rice or like a pill that's in my hand.
I think the idea of using a microchip implant in one's hand to be able to make a payment, I do question the mainstream application of it, but I really think there might be other ways where that might come to fruition, not necessarily through like a surgical implant, but through other kind of integrations with the body.
So once everything healed, I decided that I needed to start focusing on how to make this chip work. And I really wanted to become the first person to ever pay for a meal at a restaurant with their hand. Eventually, I stumbled across a Venmo engineer who said that he could help me with my task.
all right. So pretty much, I'm gonna start the video. If you want to watch the rest of the video, it's you can watch it. But pretty much, he found this vendor that was able to which was able to allow him to use the microchip R.F.I.D chip in his hand and make a payment. All right, so that's basically the so-called white man trying to be the slickster that he is, to try to fool the masses into making it seem like the microchip is just an easier way of commerce. It's an alternative, new, hip, trendy way to utilize a payment instead of the hassle of going in your wallet and pulling out cash or swiping a credit card, right? So that's just the so-called, when really his ulterior motive is to use that microchip to your detriment, okay? Because the scriptures tell you in Revelation those of you that take the chip. Well, that scripture is really only talking to Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives, because whether you're an Edomite or another nation, if you take the chip or not, you're still going to go into slavery. You're still going to be destroyed here in America. So primarily that scripture in Revelation is talking to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. Okay, but the so-called white man, he knows that if you do take the chip, you are saying that you are his slave, because that's another way that the so-called white man wants to use that as a signet, that microchip as a signet, as to let them know that, all right, I am willingly your slave, because they can do whatever they want to once that chip is implanted. So let me just get right to the scriptures. This is Psalms 52 verse 2. It reads, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. And that's the so-called white man. The so-called white man is known for that. That's why he's earned the title, the devil. All right. That's why the Most High calls the so-called white. That's why the Most High calls the so-called white man the devil, because you break down the word devil, it means diablos. Okay, which means a deceiver, a liar. And that's the so-called white man to the T. All right. He's telling you that, look, this is just an easier way of payment. It's more convenient. It's cool. It's trendy. He's got dummies, on this channel getting all crazy and excited because this guy is using the chip, all right, to make payment. When really, all he's doing is using that as a way to track you. If you go off against a new world order, he can turn your chip off. He can kill you. They're also, I found a video online saying that those chips have cyanide in them, which, they can use if you go off with the program, right? They can release that cyanide and kill your ass, all right? So I read it again. It says, thy tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. He's deceitfully trying to push the chip in a fun, cool way when it really is for your detriment, all right? It reads, verse 3, thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness, right? To speak righteousness, he should be telling the people the people that are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives, that look, that you are really the Most High's chosen people. The people over there in Israel calling themselves the Jews, they're really they really derive from the line of Edom, Esau. They're not the real Jews. They're imposters. This is your real land. This is your real heritage. Here you go. Let us slap some chains on us, and we'll be your willing slaves. No, they rather lie to they rather lie to you Israelites, because they want to see you on the bottom, and they want to rule over you. All right. And as far as this situation with the chip, they want to tell you that the chip is a cool way to pay for things. It's a cool way to have ID on you, instead of telling you what their true intentions are, right? And it reads, thou lovest all divine words, O thou deceitful tongue, right? It reads, verse 5, the Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever, right? Because after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, the Most High is going to gather you damn devils up in a pit and burn you. And that's going to be a joyous occasion. All right, you're really gonna have your real Holocaust, because they want to lie about the Holocaust that didn't happen. You're really gonna have a Holocaust now. Okay. It reads on. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place. Right, pluck thee out of thy dwelling place. What is a so-called white man's dwelling place right now? You can say that's America. All right, you can say that's the elites, they live over there. We're in Europe, right? But wherever they are, wherever their dwelling place is, the Most High is going to take them out of there, all right, and put them through hardcore slavery, and root thee out of the land of the living, right? And the landing of the living, you can say that's Israel, all right, because the Most High is going to take them out of that land and put the right people, who He gave that land to, in the true land, all right. And it says, the righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. And that's what's going to happen. The Most High, pursuing Proverbs 1:20, we're going to see everybody, chiefly the so-called white man that came against the Most High and His people, we're going to see them destroyed. All right, thus said the Bible. Okay, so that was it. until the next show. I'm just bringing this show out. See, the Spirit has this prophecy coming out. All right. The Spirit has this, has GMS pretty much speaking on the microchip, because it's very close. All right. And, a guy paid for the chip. What them niggas, Nate and all them, Johanna, what them niggas gonna say now? They can't say anything. They can't refute this, because we have a guy here that's actually using his microchip in his hand as a form of payment. All right, so that's it. I'm not gonna make the show too long. Until the next show, shalawam.